You're listening to the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast, episode number 52.
Welcome to the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast. Business advice so easy, you'll feel like you're cheating. And now your host, Amy Porterfield.
Well, hello there. Amy Porterfield here, and welcome to another episode of the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast. As always, I am thrilled that you're here today. Thanks for taking the time and tuning in. Now, as I hope you already know by now, if you're a regular listener, or maybe you're new here so you don't know this, but my goal for this show has always been to keep you up to date with what's working right now as you grow your online business. Since so much of what we do online is related to our social media marketing, and because social media changes constantly, one area I like to focus on is what's working right now to boost your social media presence, and in turn, drive more traffic to your website, build community, grow your email list, and turn your leads into paying happy customers. Sounds good, right? It's all a journey that you create for your prospects to move them from being lukewarm fans on social media to raving customers that can't get enough of you. And that's what I'm all about, helping you create that journey, that system to move fans into paying customers. So today we're going to focus on Facebook and video. And I'm going to talk about the two together because we're seeing some really cool things that are happening with video on Facebook. But I find it important because Facebook is a really big, important part of that journey that you take your potential customers through. Starting with Facebook is a really good idea. If you follow my content, you know I'm a big fan of using Facebook to grow your community and grow your email list. Well, when you add video to that, you can see some pretty amazing things happen. So here's the deal. First, let me start with some crazy stats that I've dug up for you to just really prove the point about why Facebook and video is working right now. First, it's been reported that there are over 1 billion video views on Facebook every single day. 1 billion. That's crazy, right? The average Facebook user watched 75% more video this year compared to last year at this time. Meaning in 2015, at this time of the recording, 75% more video is being watched on Facebook than just last year at this time. Now that's worldwide. In the US, that increase is 94%. 94%. Okay, now this one's a biggie. Brands posted 20,000 more videos on Facebook than they did on YouTube in December 2014. Oh, you want me to repeat that one, right? You got to really hear this one. Brands posted 20,000 more videos on Facebook than they did on YouTube in December 2014. 20,000 more videos. And we're seeing that incline continue into the new year. Pretty crazy stuff, right? Now, those stats are worth paying attention to for sure. But based on my own personal experience, and from a few other big names that I've talked to about how they're using video on Facebook, the organic reach with a video post on Facebook has been really impressive. Not only are we seeing that instant traction is happening when you actually upload a video to Facebook, we'll talk about that a little bit later in this episode, but uploading to the video player on Facebook versus pulling in a YouTube video, those are two different strategies. So we'll talk about them. But what we're seeing is instant traction when we upload a video to Facebook, and then it kind of takes on a life of its own, and it's getting so much more traction quickly over the next few days. That means that I'm seeing more comments, shares, and clicks on my videos versus when I just post text in an image. Now, am I suggesting that you should be posting tons and tons of videos every day because that's what's working right now on Facebook? Heck no. I'm going to show you how to create videos that are simple and short and easy to make, but there's still more work than just posting an image with some text on Facebook. So don't worry, I'm not going to go crazy and just say, make tons of videos and post every single day. But I am going to encourage you to get smart about the videos you create and when you post them so that you can get that instant traction on your Facebook page. Now, here's the deal. In episode number 48, so amyporterfield.com/48, I created the 2015 guide to Facebook engagement. And in there, I talked about tons of different ways to get more clicks, comments, shares, and likes for all of your Facebook posts. I didn't get into video a lot because I knew this episode was coming up, but I talked about a ton of different ways using images and text and all this great stuff to get more engagement on your Facebook page. Definitely check that out. But for today's episode, I want to talk to you about short, simple, easy video that you can create with your smartphone or just on your computer in order to get some really instant traction so that next time you post, after you post the video, even more people will see those posts down the road. That's how engagement works. If you find a post that works really well, gets people engaged, gets those comments, shares, and clicks, the next time you post, it might not be a video, but you'll still get more engagement because you had success with the post before. It's kind of cool how that works. So if we can have these easy, quick wins, that will help your overall engagement on Facebook. Now, I want to say it again that it's important to keep in mind that I'm not talking about highly produced, mega professional videos. I'm talking about video you can create with your smartphone or on your computer with simple software. The key here is to make this simple and quick so you actually do it more often and you continue to do it down the road. Plus, the great news is that studies have shown that short video across all social media platforms get the most views and engagement. So keeping it short is actually a really good thing. It's easier for you and your audience appreciates it as well. So with that, first I'm going to highlight some people and companies that are really taking advantage of this trend. And then I'll leave you with some tips overall for how to post great video to your own Facebook page. And those tips are the special freebie for this episode. So you know I always create a free cheat sheet or guide for every episode. Well, today's is called 7 Tried and Tested Tips to Increase Your Facebook Engagement with Simple Videos. So you can go to amyporterfield.com/52 download. So amyporterfield.com/52 download to get instant access to this awesome cheat sheet where I list tons of tools that you can use, like little different easy apps to use to create videos. There's a really cool one that I'll talk a little bit about in the episode where you can actually record your voice and then it creates an instant video with the words you're saying animated. Really cool. So I include a lot of apps that are easy to use in this cheat sheet, as well as some really solid tips. I'll get into them a little bit in the episode, but I really flesh them out inside this cheat sheet. So if you like to text, you can text 52 download, just that phrase, 52 download, to 38470. And you can text to get instant access to the 7 tried and tested tips to increase your Facebook engagement with simple videos. And one more thing before we dive into all the examples that I've curated for you today in this episode. The one more thing I want to add is that this episode is brought to you by Lead Pages. So if you want to jump on a brand new webinar that I just created to learn the 4 steps to quickly grow your list without spending all your time on marketing, this free online course has your name all over it. If you go to amyporterfield.com/new leads, you can find this brand new webinar I created. And it is so cool because literally it shows you how I use a simple tool to grow my list every single day. We take you through step by step to show you how we do it and give you tons of examples. So if list building is at the top of your priority list for this year, to really grow that list with quality leads, you've got to check out this new webinar. So again, 4 steps to quickly grow your email list without spending all your time on marketing. You can find it at amyporterfield.com/new leads. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in to today's topic, Facebook and video. Now, to help you with some ideas with your own Facebook page, I'm going to use some examples that you can easily model for your own business. And with each example I use, I promise to post the full video in my show notes so you can see all the examples in action. I think it's really important for you to watch these quick videos to get real inspiration and see how they've done it so it can spark some creativity for you as well. So all the videos that I talk about will be on my show notes. Okay, first we're going to dive into a big brand, and it's Lowe's, the home improvement store. Now, keep in mind that the first video example was professionally done, but that's expected of a big brand like Lowe's. I'm using them as an example to show you what's possible, but keep in mind that your social media audiences are not expecting you to post fully produced high-end video. They don't even expect it, so you don't even need to worry about it. So use the big guys like Lowe's as inspiration, but don't ever compare your video quality to theirs. It's not a fair comparison by any means. Okay, so first, let's talk about the video that they put out on their Facebook page that I think is really, really fantastic in terms of what you can model for your own Facebook page. Their video is called the 3 Tips to Prep Your Yard for Springtime. Again, the video will be on my show notes, but let me break it down for you just so you understand how well it's done and how you can model it as well. The video is 54 seconds. 54 seconds. And again, that title, 3 Tips to Prep Your Yard for Springtime. So they're just quickly going over 3 tips to get it done. It's all imagery, meaning they didn't use a person in the video. I'll explain a little later why that is actually a good thing. And in addition to that, they used a lot of movement with graphics and words, and there was a lot going on the screen to keep people's attention. It was timely. At the time of this recording, springtime has just come upon us. And so with a video like that, it's relevant, it's timely. People actually care about the subject matter at this exact time. And it's also very, very helpful. In the video, they're telling you exactly what you need to do in 3 simple steps to get ready for spring. So for their audience, a home improvement type audience, this is exactly what the audience is looking for. In addition to that, they're not overwhelming their audience in the video. They're not giving them a million things to do or making it complicated, because that will lose their audience's attention instantly. So they get in and out with highly valuable information. The tone is easy, it's friendly, it's conversational. It's like they're talking to a friend next door. They're telling their neighbor, hey, here's 3 tips that I've used that you can use too for your yard. That's the kind of tone that you want on Facebook. The nuance of Facebook that people really need to remember is that it's conversational, friendly, it's light, nothing too heavy. And so if you can bake that into your videos, you're well ahead of the game. And the last thing is, this is a biggie. The video makes you feel like their tips are doable. Like after you watch the video, I have a gardener. That's a California thing. If you live in California, usually if you have a big yard, you have a gardener. But I know that's not where everybody, what everybody does. So if you do it yourself, if I were to watch that video, I actually thought I could go outside and do those things. And that's what you want. You want your audience to feel like, I've got this. This is very doable. Also, this feeling of, I've got this, can ignite action in their audience. And that's what you want. You want your audience to do something after they watch the video. And you know what happens when you watch a Lowe's video about 3 things you can do to get your yard ready for springtime? You've got to go over to Lowe's and pick up a few things in order to prepare yourself to get it done. I mean, it's a win-win situation, right? Lowe's wins because people are going into their stores, grabbing a few quick things, and the audience feels like this is doable and I'm going to have a great yard. So this is a very well done video. Now, I want you to think when you watch this video, how can I recreate this for my own brand? How can I be conversational, friendly, relevant, timely, make it really easy for my audience, create a feeling of, I can do this. This is very doable for me, and get them to take action. I know it sounds like a lot when I sum it up quickly like that, but once you watch the video, I think you too will start to think like, I could actually create a video like this. Maybe not with all the beautiful imagery and graphics and all that good stuff, although I will give you some tools at the end to create some quick graphics for your videos. But again, theirs is fully produced, as it should be. Ours don't need to be that produced. Okay, so now we're going to take a slightly different spin from the tips type of video, giving 3 tips, to more of a how-to video. Because the Lowe's video is just 3 things you can do quickly to improve your yard. but you can actually get a little bit more into the how-to with your videos. And this is usually what I do for the videos that I put on Facebook. I like to show people, click here and then go there, upload this, do that, because I feel like that really allows my audience to know they can trust me. I've got their back. I'm going to show them how to do it. So you can move from a tips type video into a how-to video pretty quickly in terms of how you do it. The example I want to use is Tipsy Bartender. Great name, right? So here's the deal. Another brand doing an awesome job, Tipsy Bartender, they're doing an awesome job with video on their Facebook page because the page rotates their posts between videos and images, all with a different cocktail recipe. So one of these videos, a quick instructional video, get this, for turning a leftover slice of cake into chocolate vodka, had more than 55,000 shares after 1 week, let alone more than 66,000 likes and nearly 13,000 comments. Who wouldn't want that, right? Now, the video, again, just like Lowe's, is only 54 seconds long, and it's super simple imagery. It's two people creating this recipe on a white table with a white background, but snappy cuts between the shots and text overlays with all the ingredients being used, which keeps it interesting while getting the point across without any sound. There's no sound. So they make it really doable for the audience to think, yes, I can do this. So far I've been watching a lot of cooking videos on Facebook, like Chef Jamie Oliver or the food channels are doing this a lot. Another great one are Meals Made Simple. So if you check out Meals Made Simple on Facebook, I'll link to them in the show notes as well. They do a lot of easy how-to videos with their Facebook page. So there's a lot of great examples. Now, again, if you go to amyporterfield.com/52, you can see all these videos I'm referencing. But here's what I want you to take away from these how-to examples. You could definitely expand into marketing tips, how to fill out a loan application, or how to do a fitness workout. Chalene Johnson, who I'll talk about in a minute, she does fitness videos really quickly on her Facebook page and people eat them up. Really, you can do anything in terms of quick tips and teachings with these how-to style videos. So get creative and don't let the niche that I'm showing you in these videos take you off track. Think of your own niche, how you can get creative with how-to videos. It's the type of video I want you to focus on, not exactly the content in each of these videos. Sometimes I say that because I usually teach what I need to know. And sometimes when I watch something, I think, oh, that's really easy when you're making a vodka chocolate cocktail to show a how-to. But what about XYZ? So you've got to just kind of let go of the content and think in terms of the type of video that could really work for your own business. Okay, we are moving on to creating video, short video, to drive traffic to your blog or podcast. This one I'm probably the most excited about because we all need more traffic over on our blog and we all want to drive traffic to our podcast, right? So here's the deal. If you visit Chalene Johnson or Pat Flynn's Facebook page, you'll see that they're using video to promote their own blogs and podcast episodes. Now, I know it's working for Chalene Johnson because she actually texted me. We've become really good friends, which I love, but she texted me and said, oh my gosh, video is just kicking butt on my Facebook page. I make these little videos to tell people about a podcast and they explode. Now, she has an amazing tribe. Like these people eat up everything she's putting out there. But I still know it can work for smaller businesses with a really niche audience to get them to take movement or take action to go over to your blog. So another thing, Pat Flynn actually mixes in behind the scenes and personal videos like the one he did playing the ukulele with more than 6,000 views. Yes. With teasers of promoting his blog or podcast. So if you want a really cool example of somebody infusing their personal life and just being friendly and conversational with actually work stuff, Pat Flynn's your guy. I think I talk about Pat Flynn way too much in my podcast, but the guy is doing so many things that I think are fantastic. So why not talk about great examples, right? So I'll put that video in my show notes, but it's really cool. And the teasers that these people are doing range from 30 seconds to slightly longer than a minute, but they include a direct link to the blog post or the show notes for their podcast. So there's an intention with each of these videos. Also, although she uses a bunch of different video strategies on Facebook, the videos Chalene Johnson is actually using work to complement her blog. So maybe a quick hit fitness video or a healthful recipe, or maybe even a marketing tip. She actually is complementing what's on her blog. And that's always a great strategy as well. So you don't always have to say, click here to check it out now, but you can just add value and talk about the different topics that are also on your blog. Either way you do it, the great thing is people actually get to see you. So these would be more the talking head videos. So these are the videos that you might be direct to camera. They see you, but it's only for a quick minute. So don't stress out about having to be on camera or writing scripts or anything like that. It's very casual and you're just introducing people to you at a whole different level. People want to see us. If they're our audience, they want to have that quick connection with us. And these videos do that. Let's real quick talk about this talking head concept. And I'll get into this a little bit more at the end as well, but when people see your video on Facebook in their news feed, it's actually muted, but it can play instantly if that's the setting people have inside their settings on their Facebook page or with their Facebook account. So if you have your settings, and I'll talk about this again, but if you have your settings set, you can actually have the video start in your news feed, but you have to click a button to make it actually play so you can hear it. So if a video is scrolling by and it's just someone's talking head, you can look at that two ways. One, it might interest you enough to say, oh, I want to hear what they're saying. They're talking and I can't hear them, so I'm curious enough to click. Or some people say it's better to have a bunch of graphics and words because if you can't hear them, you're missing out. But if you see the words and the graphics, you get a better idea of what's being said. I don't know, experiment with both. I think that the whole goal here is just to ignite some curiosity and connect with your audience in a different way. So you might do a talking head, you might do just video with graphics and words, see which one actually converts the best, and then kind of go from there. The goal here is just to experiment, see what it works best for your audience. Okay, so this next example is using humor. And humor goes a long way on Facebook. Now, this example is from another big brand, Lysol. And Lysol did a little promoting of its own. At the start of the flu season, the company launched a Lysol That campaign with some great humor. So Lysol That was the name of their campaign. So each video in the series highlights a really gross and germy aspect of everyday life. So one video shows viewers how to avoid touching the bus pole with the 2-finger approach, or the umbrella approach, as they call it, so that you actually don't have to touch that pole in the subway or the bus. And then another one actually shows how to avoid the bathroom stall and how to avoid handshakes and elevator buttons to keep the flu season away from you. So they're all just kind of making fun of germophobics, but it also always promotes their hand sanitizer. Kind of works, right? So infusing humor into your videos helps a lot. And the reason why it's so great is people like to share funny things, and especially things that they can relate to. But all the while, remember, in your videos, you're either promoting a concept or a blog post or a podcast or a program, product, service. These videos are not selling directly. This is definitely an indirect approach to your Facebook page engagement, but they're always getting people to take some kind of action. To me, the action I like the most is either share, comment, or click to check out a blog post or podcast. Those are the actions I really want you to focus on to get that engagement up and build your authority and just connect with your community. That's what these videos can do for you. Now, I will say, and I'll put this in the show notes as well, I did a video, and these are the types of videos I like to do most, with my computer and ScreenFlow. So I use a Mac, and then I use a software called ScreenFlow, and it just records whatever I'm showing on my screen. Those are the types of videos I like to do for these how-to videos, because I should have mentioned this earlier in the section about the how-to videos, but I like to do that because I like people to hear my voice, and then I like to show them how to do something. So ScreenFlow in the computer, they're not even seeing my face. I'm not having to do any fancy graphics or overlays or anything like that. I'm just showing them what I'm doing on my computer. So that's a great way. If you have a PC, Camtasia is a great alternative to ScreenFlow. So you can just look at all of these tools and I'll mention them in the show notes, but that's just another way to do a quick video. I don't always like to throw on the video camera and go direct to camera because, hey, I'm a girl and us ladies know there's some hair and makeup involved that takes some time. So if you don't always want to throw on the video, that's okay. There's other ways that you can make a video and you don't have to always show your face. So I just wanted to throw that out there and I forgot to mention it earlier. Okay, so final example, then I'm going to get into those 7 tried and tested tips and all those apps that I told you about to create really cool videos with your smartphones. So we've talked about humor, we've talked about how to, and we've talked about creating videos about tips. And I think those are the best videos to start with in terms of experimenting with easy to create videos on your page. But one final example, and then again, I'm going to get into those tips, is a video that creates emotion in terms of tugging at your heartstrings, because videos that ignite compassion and those feel-good feelings, these go a long way on Facebook. A lot of shares are going to come from videos like that. They tend to be a bit longer. They're a little bit harder to create. So that's why I left this one for the end. But if you're a high achiever, if you want to really go for it, then you want to check out the videos that Dove soap, that Dove are making on their Facebook page. So here's the deal. If you were to look at Dove's Facebook page, you'll find a lot of inspirational quotes and messages, mostly geared toward women. And they really have gone on this crusade to help women feel good about themselves. And one of their campaigns is love your curls. So if you have curly hair, most women especially, but even men know this. If you have curly hair, you want straight hair. If you want straight hair, you want curly hair. So we tend to not love what we have, right? So this video campaign in January interviews little girls about how they feel about their curly hair. And none of them like it, and they don't think that they're beautiful. So the video goes on to say, come on, people, show these little girls that they can love themselves. Love your own curly hair. So it's really inspirational. It's very sweet. It's basically, take the actions to help other little girls love themselves. The message was huge and got shared like crazy. Like I'm talking 80,000 likes, over 7,000 comments. That's crazy. And 47,000 shares. So it goes a long way. It just makes you feel good. So of course, again, I'm not suggesting yet you do high production, spend a lot of money, interview tons of people, but can you think of ways that somewhere in your business, there's a way for you to make people feel good and get that feel good, compassionate feeling come out of them so that they want to share the message. And if you have a business that it's heartfelt and there's a message to share and you're on a crusade to get that message out, check out some of the Dove videos. I think it will give you some inspiration in terms of how you really want to create a video that just spreads like wildfire. And when I talk about videos spreading like wildfire, really, I don't mean 47,000 shares and 80,000 likes. As a small business, you probably don't need that. If you even get 100 likes and 100 people sharing or commenting, to me, you're doing really well. Just focus on your little world when it comes to that. Don't compare your numbers to other people's. It will never match up. That's just a good rule of thumb in life, right? I definitely have been that comparison person and it doesn't help at all. So just stay within your little circle of influence that you have and just know that your numbers don't need to match up to still really change lives and make a direct impact on the people that you want to actually reach. Okay. So we're in our final stretch here, and I want to, after I've shared some of these great examples, definitely check them out. They're all really fun videos to watch, so it's entertaining as well. Now I've got your 7 tried and tested tips to increase your Facebook engagement using simple videos. And I'm going to quickly touch on all 7 of these tips, but you've got to check out this cheat sheet and just keep it. And when you're ready to create a video, I promise you're going to want to pull out this cheat sheet and say, okay, let me just go over this one more time before I create my first video for my Facebook page. So you can get it at amyporterfield.com/52 download. amyporterfield.com/52 download and grab it right away. It's an instant download. And these are really cool tips that I spent some time really curating to make sure they're exactly what you need to know. Tip number 1, upload your video using Facebook's built-in video uploader. So what we've seen in the last few months is that videos uploaded directly to Facebook appear to get way more views than those shared from other players, including YouTube. So remember what I said in the beginning, brands posted 20,000 more videos on Facebook than they did on YouTube in December 2014. The reason for this is because they're seeing more video views when it's uploaded directly to Facebook. That means you have like a .mov file, you're literally uploading it on your Facebook page. And it takes maybe a minute or two. So that's how you know you're doing it. It says it's processing. That's an uploaded video. Now, Fashion Week just passed a few weeks ago, and people in the fashion industry said that they've never seen anything like it from years past with video in terms of the video views they were getting when they were uploading directly to Facebook. Why is this? Well, it's Facebook. They decide what's going to get the most views, and they're rewarding people. If you're using their video player, they're rewarding you for doing so. I mean, that might not be the scientific or the technical answer, but I've been on Facebook enough and I've studied it enough to know that the algorithms change all the time. The algorithms are very, very nice right now to people uploading directly to Facebook. And my goal is to keep you updated what's working now. That's what's working. Number 2, make your video share worthy. What I'll say about this is that if you make a video and you want people to share it, this is what you got to think about. And I talked about this in episode number 48 as well. When I share your video, I want that video to put me in a good light, meaning it can make me look smart or make me look compassionate or make me look like I'm having fun. And this is just a human nature kind of thing. And there's been studies that have been done about this, about people like to share content that puts them in a good light. Like, I'm so funny. Check out this funny video. That's kind of like, I know it sounds weird, but that's kind of like how it works. So if you want people to share, create videos that make them look smarter, happier, positive, just in a good light. I feel weird talking about that one because it feels a little bit strange, I guess, but it's human nature. And we've got to take that into context when we're actually creating things we want people to share. Number 3, grab their attention. Facebook videos, I mentioned this earlier, but I want to make it clear. Facebook videos autoplay as soon as a user scrolls past them in their newsfeed. This means you need to capture their attention within the first few seconds of that video playing. Whatever your opening is, make sure there's movement almost immediately. That way, you can grab their attention right away. Think about some of the examples I showed you, like in the Lowe's video, right away they have a text overlay on the screen that says the 3 things to help you get ready for springtime, or whatever the official title was. Like having text say it right away when they're scrolling, or just something really interesting on the screen right away will help. Okay, number 4, use a video app to enhance your videos. There are so many cool video apps that work with smartphones right now to help you add word swag, which is just like really cool text on a video, animated text, graphics. You can do split screen. So there's 2 different things on the screen. There are a lot of great apps. I've included at least 7, I think there might be more, 7 apps inside your cheat sheet. And I've actually told you exactly what they do and where to get them. So that's probably the most valuable thing in this cheat sheet that I've created for you, amyporterfield.com/52 download. So you can grab it there. One of the examples, or one of the apps I've included, is Adobe Voice. Basically, you record your voice and then the video is animated text. So Adobe Voice will actually put text into a video and animate it so that the words pop up on the screen as you say them. That's pretty cool, right? If you don't want to be on screen, that might be the best way to go, especially if you keep it short so there's not too much to read, but they're hearing your voice, which makes that instant connection. Okay, number 5, keep it brief. So remember, those short videos are what people want. A tight script will help you keep it short if you need to read a script, especially if you use something like that Adobe Voice, or if you're just like me where you're teaching someone how to do something, practice it a few times before you record it so you can just go boom, 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 do this, do that, you're out. I really do think the shorter video will allow you to do more of them and your audience will appreciate it. Okay, number 6 is to remember that silence can be golden. Remember I said those videos play without sound in the beginning. And where I think I really want you to pay attention to how Lysol and the Tipsy Bartender have used text overlay and a lot of graphics and movement to grab attention right away without having to say anything. So you're instantly paying attention to those videos, even though you can't hear a word that they're saying. So just pay close attention to some videos you start to see in your newsfeed and notice, I can't hear a word they're saying. Am I still interested enough to actually click the button so I can hear what they're saying? Also, I think I mentioned this earlier, you actually can set your settings on your Facebook account to have videos instantly play like that, or maybe they won't. So meaning you can choose. So some people won't have that video instantly play in their newsfeed. So whatever they see with a still video before they play it, that's important as well. So just pay close attention now. You're going to start to see tons of videos in your newsfeed after you listen to this. What do you like? What grabs your attention? What's working for you? And you can actually go into your settings and for your Facebook account, not just your Facebook page, but your Facebook account, go into settings and then you'll actually see something that says video inside your settings. Click on that and you can change things around. I like for them to instantly play with no sound so I can actually see what's going on, and then it might interest me enough to actually hit the mute button so I can hear it. And then finally, number 7 is test and respond. So if you know anything about Facebook, which I think you know a lot if you've been following my stuff, then you know that it's constantly evolving. And Facebook video is really taking off right now. So have some fun with it and experiment with it. Maybe your audience will respond more to a quick Q&A video. So it's you on camera saying, hey, this is a question I get asked a lot. Here's my answer. I think that's an awesome video to make. Or maybe they're interested in funny behind the scenes videos. So I haven't talked a lot about this. Constant Contact is another Facebook page to check out where they do a lot of behind the scenes and they involve their team in their videos. I love behind the scenes. I love to see how people work and maybe even quick shots of their family or their dog or anything like that. It makes their brand come alive. Maybe those are the kind of videos that you want to make. Maybe you have a home office and you teach marketing like I do. Maybe people would be interested to see my podcast setup. So I could turn the camera around, show you all the equipment I use, the kind of mic I'm using, what my office looks like, nothing fancy whatsoever. I think people relate to that. So maybe that's the next video I need to make, huh? So really just think about what would your audience love to see, or ask them. Maybe come up with 3 video ideas and ask your audience, choose 1, 2, or 3 for my next video. What do you want to see the most? And even if you get just a few people to answer, it's always great to tease your content like that. So ask your audience what they want, and you might be pleasantly surprised with some of the answers. And I bet they'll even suggest ones that you haven't put on that list of 1, 2, or 3. So that's always fun as well. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed listening to these examples, and I hope you go check them out. Lysol and Lowe's and Tipsy Bartender, one of my very favorites. And I'll add one of my own as well. And then of course, Dove. And a few more examples will be on the show notes. Now, here's the deal. The reason I wanted to talk to you about these video examples is to inspire you. I would love for you to create a video of your own. You probably maybe even had videos of your own on Facebook, but with the 7 tried and tested tips, maybe you want to change it around a little bit and do something really cool for your audience. If you make a video, post it in the notes below or in the comments below on this episode. I want to see a bunch of links to those videos on Facebook so we can check them out and see what you've been up to. Make sure to download the 7 tried and tested tips to increase your Facebook engagement with simple video. Go to amyporterfield.com/52download, or you can just text 52download to the number 38470 and get instant access to our cheat sheet for this episode. It's a good one. A lot of great examples, all those apps that I didn't even mention that you're going to love. I put them all in the cheat sheet. So I can't wait to connect with you again soon. Thank you so very much for being here. And until we talk again, make it a great week. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the Online Marketing Made Easy podcast at www.amyporterfield.com.